Hey, this guy's absolutely hilarious. We've worked together many a times. You're going to love him. Get it for Mike Pickerel, everyone.
Zanies, how we feeling? Keep it going for Todd Glover. How about a hand for Todd Glover, buddy? He holds me fantastic. Hey, everybody. My name is Mike Pickerel. Some of you might actually recognize me from over there. That's where I was prior to now. You don't have to look. I'm here now. That's where I am. I'm actually a recovering addict. Yeah, that's true. There was a time in my life when I was a homeless heroin addict, and now I'm doing comedy in my 30s because I'm still trying to hit bottom. Yeah, I actually made the decision when I was at the worst in my addiction to convert to veganism because I was worried about my health. Yeah, it couldn't possibly be the hundreds of dollars of narcotics I was putting in my body each day. It was definitely the cheese that was the problem. Whenever people find out that, like, you're both vegan and a junkie, they have a way bigger problem with the vegan part. Like, tell someone you're a junkie, you get undeserved sympathy. Tell someone you're a vegan, you get misplaced anger. Like, I used to have actual conversations with people where I'm just like, yeah, you know, I used to shoot up and live behind a dumpster. And they were just like, oh man, I can't believe you didn't eat bacon. My personal favorite was always, oh, you're vegan, so you think you're better than me. I just stole money from you, so... Yeah, even when I overdosed, the paramedics were like, whoa, 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 let's hold off on the Narcan and get this guy 10 cc's of a ham sandwich. At which point, of course, I did wake up. Not because of the ham sandwich, but because I just had to tell them I'm vegan. I also did a lot of cocaine while I was out there. Because you don't just go from like 0 to heroin. There's a few pit stops you make along the way. Like, you can't just break into your parents' heroin cabinet and get messed up with your friends on the 1920s bottle of morphine they have stashed. No, I think after weed, two paths diverge in scumbag woods. You either go the cocaine and narcotics route or the mushrooms, acid, and fish concert route. And my friends were all, like, trying psychedelics and telling me about these, like, really profound spiritual experiences they were having. So I decided to give them a shot. And at some point between when the world started breathing and the sun rose from the bottom of the ocean, I had the epiphany, you know, that the meaning of life really isn't any of my business. You know, God's not waiting around heaven to tell the secrets of the universe to some shaggy-haired, smelly white dude. So I stuck with cocaine, and besides, cocaine spoke to me, and it said, hey, buddy, how much money you got? It's perfectly normal to know a guy named Magic. You should stay up for 3 days writing a book. Like, don't get me wrong, no one should do cocaine. Like, nobody deserves to feel that good for nothing. Like, you know that sense of accomplishment you get when you finally achieve something you've worked really hard for? That should cost more than $60. Like my little sister, she's got her master's degree in sociology, and the only thing I've ever studied was a spooky-looking van that was parked across the street while I was standing naked peering through the blinds at 4 in the morning. And I've never understood those people that just, like, casually do cocaine. Like, how do you do the drug that makes you feel like Jimi Hendrix, even while you're struggling to tune a guitar and think, you know, this is just a sometimes thing I do. I'm just going to do this sometimes. If I'm being perfectly candid with you guys, I actually did more crack than powder cocaine. It just pairs better with heroin. It's the beer of champagnes is what I'm trying to say. And people often ask me, Mike, what's the main difference between powder cocaine and crack? And I'll tell them, you know, crack hits you much harder and faster, plus it'll have you hearing church bells. So you'll be shaking hands with God and he'll be saying to you, hey, Mike, you know that idea you had to write that book? Well, the words to that book are hidden on these license plates, so go ahead and start decoding them. Yeah, powder cocaine will make you want to start a business with your friend. Crack will make you burn that business down for the insurance money. I first tried heroin because I wanted to be a great jazz man. And I kept doing heroin because I figured out that's the only way you can actually enjoy jazz. Eventually, I stopped doing heroin because I figured out my high school band teacher's the only one that still likes jazz. Also, he stopped selling me heroin. So, but I did finally manage to quit. I'm clean now, and it's a strange feeling when you thank you. It is, though, a strange feeling when you quit drugs and alcohol, you know? It's just weird knowing that, like, the greatest thing you've accomplished in your life is just not to do something. Like, growing up, I wanted to not be a doctor. I've accomplished that and feel like I should get way more credit. And it's hard to date when you don't drink, because most dates take place in bars, and most bars won't serve me whole milk. Oh, you're in recovery? No, just a creep. That's cool. The nice thing about when you guys don't laugh at these jokes is that just me confessing to a bunch of crimes. That's fun. I'm in a room full of potential jurors. My mistake. I just got tested for ADHD, and it came back positive. So I called the last woman I slept with. She's not that worried about it. She's excited to get her cat toys back. That'll be fun for her. I invented a new sex move. Yeah, it's called reverse missionary, which is where the man just lies there and the woman goes to other countries preaching the word of God. That's called. I want to go back in time to before mannequins were allowed to be hot. I've just been fooled too many times, you know? Like, man, this woman's standing really close. I bet she's into me. Nope, just another inanimate object. That's fun. I used to believe in evolution. And I don't anymore because you think that if evolution was real, then at some point over the course of history, the Boston accent would have been weeded out as a less than desirable trait. Like, I'm not going to try and propagate a species of someone who cannot pronounce the R in the word car. Like, I wouldn't even sleep with somebody if they're just going to go at me like, harda, how do you queer? I'm not going to do it. To me, actually, role-playing sounds more fun than sex. Because, like, why would you want to exchange fluids with someone when you could pretend to be a wizard? That just sounds like way more fun. Everyone hates the guitar guy at the party. So I learned the trombone. And if you thought that people hate the guitar guy at the party, just wait until you see them react to the New Orleans jazz version of Wonderwall. It's, all right, guys, I'm Mike Pickle. Let's get Todd Glover back up here. Have a good night.